Hello again. So I've decided to use a red pepper against a green plate to get that real contrast, and I think that would be a really great place to start. I might be drawing from a slightly different angle, but I'm just going to show you how I would start. So I'm going to have my piece of paper here, and so you need, it doesn't matter if you've got 2B or 3B, a HB pencil will be fine as long as it's reasonably sharpened. So make sure that you have a nicely sharpened pencil before you start, and maybe a little rubber. Okay, those are quite good tools to have. Okay, so I'm going to start drawing the pepper. So you've got a sort of circular shape at the top. That's the pepper that I'm drawing. A sort of, it's more of a maybe more of a sort of hexagon shape at the top. So I'm going to draw a circle first, then a bit of a hexagon. Okay, it's just quite a rough hexagon, and then I'm going to draw all of these pieces around the top. Really, the objective is to think about the colour. Okay, so I'm not going to draw very much because most of it is going to really be adding the colour. Okay, so here in school we have these progressive pencils. But any sort of pinky reddish pencils that you've got, you may need some yellow to mix in to get some of these orange tones here. Okay, so you can see sort of slightly dark red, a bit of orange here. You can use the contrasting colour, so green, to do some of the shading as well. Monet did that quite often. So I'm going to start with this here and think about, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So when you're shading with your pencil, try and think about the direction at which you are shading. So I'm following the direction of the fruit, so I'm going round and in a little bit, so I'm not just going up and down. Okay, so I'm following the shape of the pepper. Okay, so I'm just going to do this little section here, so I'm making it quite dark in here, and then I'm going to add a slightly darker pinky colour here, and you can see how much darker that's getting. So I'm blending it in very, very slowly, and then on the edge here making it slightly darker. And then where it's a little bit more sort of orangey towards the side, I could either use a bit of orange or I could use a bit of yellow. So I'm going to blend in a little bit of orange. And then a little bit of yellow. So I've used quite a lot of colours there. Okay, so I've used a red. I'm going to go in a bit more with the red now. So notice how now I'm going to go in a little bit darker. You see how the tablecloth is coming through in my work. And I could go even darker there. I could use a dark green pencil to really go in. So this is the contrasting colour, and if I want to go really dark into some of those sections, I might use a dark green pencil. on top of the red, just to make that area appear really, really dark. So that's how I would do this task. Okay, think about the shape, think about what colours you need, okay, on the colour wheel, so colours that are next to each other, colours that mix, so red and yellow mix to make orange, a little bit of a darker pink, okay, and then in the background you've got that green, so you could use green or you could use blue, and you could use blue and yellow, which make green. So if I just start, and it's quite a yellowy green, isn't it, this one? So it's quite a contrast. And you can see already that contrast between that orangey red and the green. Okay, so I'm going to stop there and I'm going to do like a little time lapse just to show you how that might look.